So you watched the Madman opening title sequence, right? So what do you guys think? Hmm? Did you notice that we had imagery of things like scantily clad women that could be an advertisement for pantyhose, but it could also look like sexual desire? We had whiskey or scotch in a tumbler, right? As he falls through, he literally falls through that image, right? Where it could be an advertisement or it could be him falling into his own alcoholism, right? Did you notice the color palette, right? How he's all black and white while there's little splotches of color. Did you notice the color red? Was quite a bit in there. What does all this mean, right? There's a reason for all this, right? How he's kind of, represented, kind of in a representative type of way. He's falling through his life, and this is his life, where it's these ads, but it's also what he's dealing with his own life, right? So that's what's going on with that. Notice how it supports the message, right? It's visually interesting. It's logical, the animation, right? Okay, good. So finally, animation must support the message in some ways. We illustrated here with the madman thing, right? So this is one of the more important concepts, right? Where you have to have the animation support the message, because if it doesn't support the message, it's going to detract from the message, and you can have something mismatched there, which is a bad thing, because then you're going to have problems actually getting your idea across. Okay? So some rule of thumbs here. Questions you should ask yourself when designing and animating motion graphics would be, can the text be easily read? It may seem like a no-brainer, but this is something that people mess up on. As soon as you add motion to any type of graphics, if it's moving too fast, it's going to make it very hard to read, right? And also, there's also a tendency to try and just keep the text up for a second. You may know what it says, but your audience doesn't. Okay. Is there a color? Is there a reason for the colors you're using, right? Why are you using the colors that you picked? Right? How's that supporting the message? Is there a reason for the images you're using? Once again, back to the message. Is there a reason for the animation? Is it supporting the message, right? Is it appealing to the audience that you're going for, right? This is all questions you should be asking, right? Are the graphics to be animated created with good design in mind, right? Should be first and foremost. So finally, here is our last example here, right? This is a Coppertone ad that is 100% 2D motion graphics. You can check it out, and when you watch this, think about pacing, clarity, if it's logical, if it's visually interesting, and it supports the message, right? Now, the reason why I'm having you watch this is because it's not the best ad out there, right? In fact, it has problems, right? The main problem is pacing, in my mind. You may find other problems in there, right? You can tear apart the color scheme. You could tear apart the music, even though we're not really concentrating on music. We did talk about audio, right? You could tear apart a lot of this ad, right? But really the major problem, I think, is the pacing with this ad, right? So check it out and see how poorly the pacing is. It's just off by little bits, but that little bit is still a lot. So check it out, right? And think about all this stuff. How could it be better, right? And I'm going to leave you on this. So thanks for listening, and good luck with this unit.